Hi there, my name is Kazu, and welcome to another special episode of Large Gate Podcast. And we got PastHype today. How's it going?
Good.
Good.
I want to catch everybody's name, but it's Erik.
Yeah, I go by ETA.
ETA.
That's my nom de guerre.
That's right. And then
Colin.
Colin.
Michael.
Yes. Yeah. What do you guys play in PastHype?
Well, I do the vods, Colin's lead guitar, Michael's keys and vocals, and Chris is our newest member. He does the drums.
Okay. Cool. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Just want to double check one more thing. Okay, cool. So I actually because one thing is when I was looking through your Bandcamp as PastHype, I was a little bit confused because I know that it goes by ETA, but then there's an EP called PastHype, so I was thinking, so which one is the project even? So
Yeah.
Why do you go by PastHype now instead of ETA?
Well, it started off as a solo project, just under my name, and then I recruited Colin and a few other members, and we started translating that into a live setup. And then when I released my first EP, it was called PastHype, and at that point, everyone was so involved in translating it live and creating this new kind of collaboration that I figured that we should probably transition to a name other than just ETA.
Okay.
So the first thing that came to my mind was just adopting PastHype
PastHype from the EP.
from the EP.
Okay. Yeah. How do you guys all know each other?
Colin and I have a mutual friend,
Mm.
and we hung out one time, and I think he might have mentioned that he played guitar. You play guitar?
Yeah, I think it was outside of mutual friends. I think her mom had a little store
Okay.
over in Echo Park, and we went. I was there for the opening night, and Erik dropped by for a second.
Yeah. And Michael and I have been friends since college,
Yeah, we went to USC
since our
together.
undergrad days.
Okay.
And Chris, cool story is that Colin and I and my friend Mika were going to eat at his bar,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess they recognized each other. I'll let you tell the story actually. This is cute.
Yeah, it's so I just looked at Coleman and I'm like, hey, you play guitar?
Yeah.
Without even
That's what that's
recognizing you?
Yeah.
It was a very, just a coincidence, man. It was just...
Yeah, we were just eating, and he recognized me, and I took me a second because you had a beard and you grew out your hair, and I think last time I saw you, you were clean shaven with short hair. So yeah, but it was cool. It was
Okay.
nice.
Honestly.
Synchronicity.
Yeah. How has the experience of playing in PastHype been so far?
It's been cool. It's been interesting. I mean, we've gone through quite a few little changes here and there, and I think it's an always evolving process too. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah, we continue to get more comfortable with each other, explore new territory.
I see. So PastHype pretty much kind of started off as more of a live thing than I don't know, because when you first started off as an ETA, did you actually play solo shows or
No, I actually can't play an instrument.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, so when I first started off, it was kind of on a whim just to, I guess, exercise another creative outlet. Because I started off mostly writing for the screen and directing and doing music videos. And at a certain point, I had a few roadblocks and failures. But I was inspired by the artists that I was working with in the music video realm, and then I decided to revisit making music again. And I actually worked with Tomomitsu, one of my friends, and he helped me produce a couple tracks.
Okay.
I had a couple tracks left over from back in the day when I was freestyling, doing some rap songs, some
Okay.
hip hop stuff. But yeah, it's mostly been an experiment between building a second hand or a shorthand between these guys.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't play anything.
That's really interesting though, because especially if you don't play an instrument. I mean, for me, it's being a guitar player and a keyboard player. It's you play some sort of chords, and then the others will kind of get the understanding of maybe what to play next. But in your case, how do you communicate that?
Usually through references. I'll have an idea of what I like, and I'll play them stuff. And a lot of times they're just intuitive enough and intelligent enough where they'll understand my jumbles and my long-winded explanations, and they'll kind of interpret it themselves. So it's a lot of interaction between all of us. Yeah, but it really starts off with how patient they are in the collaboration and trying to figure out what I'm saying.
Okay.
Otherwise, it doesn't work.
Yeah, definitely involves a lot of communication to establish that musical foundation. And for you guys, like, are you guys all a musician that's took more of like a DIY approach on learning instruments, or are you guys classically trained? Or
I'm very fantastically trained, so yeah, DIY, just all learning yourself and a lot of practice.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of both. I learned originally horns in school, so I played trombone and baritone and tuba, and then when I was 13, my parents were like, you can get a TV or a keyboard, and then my mom like pretty much guilted me. She was like, but you really should get a keyboard. So I like just relented and got a keyboard. So I taught myself keyboard, and then I picked up a couple other instruments too. The the banjo one. That banjo's the most recent.
Okay, gotcha. I was about to say you should pick a TV.
Pardon?
You should pick a TV.
I know. But you know, all my friends had TV, so it was really easy just to be like, oh, I'm gonna have a sleepover or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you bring the keyboard and the sleepover?
Yeah. We have an even trade.
Play them a lullaby, you know?
Yeah.
What about you?
I've been playing music. Cacus.
Yeah, I gotta go to work, so
Gotcha. Have a good one.
Working class citizens.
But
load out.
It's good that he was still part of it.
Yeah. Chris actually, while he's leaving, see you, Chris. He's only been with us for.
Oh, please do.
Yeah, something bad.
That meeting that we had, that serendipitous meeting, was only about a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
So we practiced 3 or 4 times,
Mm-hmm.
and I played our first show
Yeah.
at the APAH last month.
Yeah.
So it's worked out really well, though.
He's gonna be in and out.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
We can just move this over.
It's all good. No, we should continue the interview through all this.
Yeah. Let's ride through it.
Actually, like your, I want to know more about your relationship with Tomomitsu. You know, who I think is a really cool musician. But how do you guys know each other because you guys are friends for like the longest time? Or?
We were acquaintances. Martin and I went to, along with Michael, we all went to SC together.
Okay.
And I met him briefly because I was hanging out with a friend that he actually was a housemate with. And then he dropped his first LP, Modes. And I remember seeing on Facebook, listening to it. At that time, I was trying to re-enter music videos.
Mm-hmm.
So I reached out to him, and then we started talking and had a dialogue. And then when I moved back to LA, we did the music videos together.
Okay.
And
Later. Have a good one.
after that, from that collaboration or that partnership in music videos together, kind of segued into making some music together too.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you did. I was listening into like some more recent like PastHype stuff, and you do have like a collaboration with Tomomitsu.
Yeah, he mixed and mastered and helped produce all the songs from that first EP.
Yeah.
And then we did a one-off called Old Age Perpetual Babes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's been. I don't think this would have been possible if he didn't initially help out.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Shout out to Tomomitsu then.
Yeah. Martin's an angel, man. He's really sweet.
Yeah.
He's great. He gets some great students.
Have you guys played like shows together and stuff? Or?
Actually, the first show that we played together with Tomomitsu was the last show that we played, which was our first show in like 7 months.
Okay.
But it was cool. And it was I guess I've been trying to play with him for a while just for symbolic sake.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice to see that come into fruition.
Mm-hmm. I see. Now, like, for you guys, like, I know you guys currently play with PastHype and Erik and stuff, but are you guys also involved in any other bands too at the moment, or?
I play in another one called Kinky and the Nymph.
That sounds really familiar. Huh?
Yeah, we've been playing a lot in mostly Long Beach.
Long Beach, okay.
Yeah, it's my friend Omar's band.
Yeah, I think I met like some of the members in that band.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm very familiar with that name. I think I saw them play at a house party or something, or like.
Okay. Yeah. Was it like a while ago?
It was a little while ago. It was with this band called Take Pictures.
Oh yeah, Take Pictures are homies of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, friends.
Yeah, good guys. I interviewed them too for this podcast. So,
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, we played some of our first shows with Take Pictures, and
We'll play the next one too.
actually our next show is going to be with Take Pictures.
I saw that. Yeah.
So they're cool dudes.
Yeah.
Like their sound too.
Yeah, I like that. It's very space rocky. It kind of reminds me of Hun, or like Failure, just kind of those older bands. Yeah. What about you? Are you?
No, I'm not in any other bands. I'm on SoundCloud, but I can't even remember my name. I think it's either Scarecrow, Lead Floyd Juice, or Rock and Roll Refugee. So good luck finding that.
Rock and Roll Refugee.
Yeah.
That's thing. And this is like completely off topic, but I thought the skeleton that's on your arm, the hat, I thought it was wearing like a Devo hat or something.
It was actually just kind of a fedora, and this actual skeleton with this actual hat actually exists in my actual home.
Actually, okay.
Not my pretend one.
Yeah, I like it though. Yeah. For currently, like I know you guys are practicing for live shows at the moment, but are you guys planning on like putting out any new music or like recording anything with this current lineup right now?
Yeah, that's the plan. That's kind of the reason why we took a short hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
It's just to wrap our heads around recording. For me, that's the most important element right now, because we went through a long stretch, maybe 6 months, where we played about 25 shows.
Oh wow, okay.
And we weren't recording or focusing on that at all, but we were also trying to catch our bearings and learn each other, and also there was turnover, so transitioning between members and getting comfortable again. But
right, yeah.
There's definitely material that we created in that process I want to lay down, because I really like, and also aesthetically I've kind of changed where I think we might be going, and I want to get there a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
So sonically I do want to let that skin shed and move forward, but we do have some stuff we're recording right now.
Okay.
Hopefully an EP soon.
Nice.
Yeah.
And for this one, is it gonna be like still under like the ETA kind of umbrella, or is this gonna be like a separate like?
No, this is gonna be our first PastHype release as a unit, and we've actually released 2 songs already off of this EP. The first one is Skyhook, which was the first song that we did collaboratively, and then we just dropped one, Tsunami 2, with Anton again, and there's gonna be 3 or 4 more songs for the EP. So hopefully it comes out maybe in the early fall.
Okay. Yeah. The just out of curiosity, I remember you were mentioning about how since you can't play instruments, and also like in the past you have rapped before. Like, are you planning on rapping even more in PastHype at all? Or?
It depends. Yeah, the beat hits, and I feel it totally. There's this one song that we worked on that's based off a sample that on the second verse I do kind of freestyle off.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm going to revise that and keep it in there, or if I'm going to find something else, but
yeah,
it's definitely always in the repertoire.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, it depends on when we're going to use it.
Yeah, when that beat hits, man. I'd love to hear you rap. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, you know, I hadn't done it really since I was in my earlier 20s, and I had a lot more angst, so it's more immediate. But now when I do it, it's kind of boring. Because I'm so laid back, you know.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to check that out then. It's really like what you said, 25 shows within the span of 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you guys must have played with like so many different bands.
Oh man, we played with so many bands, and it was definitely a learning experience, because none of us knew each other really.
Oh, really?
So it was this like simultaneous building of a relationship while also trying to figure out how to play live and making it sound good.
Yeah.
We had a lot of missteps, and I would recommend it to bands starting out trying to play that much. It's probably probably better to.
It has to be. It reminds me of like the stand-up comedy stories you hear about, just the level of failure and in front of how many people,
Right.
that kind of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
but getting through it and with the incentive to get better every single mini time that happens makes you better, and
Yeah.
the accumulation of that effort is definitely worth it.
Is it because you take so much missteps in such a short amount of time? Like, is that why like you don't really recommend it?
I think getting a polished product and also familiarizing yourself with your bandmates before you take that large of a leap is important. Because when there's an issue on stage, that cohesiveness is tested, and a lot of times because the relationship isn't there,
Yeah.
you fail the test.
Yeah.
Correct.
But at the same time, like, not to equate ourselves with like the level of these bands, and you look back at like artists like, you know, Ron Woods and the Rolling Stones, like how many bands was he in? Like with Rod Stewart, he played in like the Faces and, you know, all these different bands, and you just go through the history of like Jimmy Page or so, you know.
Yeah.
I guess in the sense of having a crash course in that is, you know, it's not recommended, but in the end, it makes you better.
No,
Yeah.
that's true. On this podcast, I like to ask this question, but what's one of the most memorable artists you've seen live? And this could be both for DIY or a venue show.
That we played with, or that we just
It
gone
could
and see.
it could be both. I mean, like, usually it's somebody that you've gone to see, but I mean, of course, like when you play with somebody, you end up seeing them.
I'm just trying to rack my memory because we've seen so many artists, and some of them have been amazing. Some of them have been astonishing, but the difference between that and memorable can be a chasm, you know?
Yeah, true.
I'm going to limit say you might say Roger Waters or Neil Young.
Oh no, that would be in general, but like even the artists we performed with, there have been. Oh, who was the girl that played the Toyota?
Oh no,
Jack Wong.
Oh, Jack Wong?
Yeah.
She was cool. We played with her at the Lost Room for last year's Asian American Pacific Islander Encore Showcase.
Yeah.
She was fantastic, and she had brought her violinist on, I think, for the first time, and they just ripped it, you know.
Yeah, it's tough. There's so many people like we played with, and just going out to see like different kinds of local artists. I went to a Young Lovers show at the Hi-Hat recently.
Yeah.
And there was a Japanese band. It was a Japanese punk band. I think they're called like Salsa.
Salsa, yeah.
Yeah. I saw them. That was really cool.
Oh, you went to that show?
Yeah. And we also thinking of like Esther too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Esther?
Quavito.
Oh, Quavito.
Or
Okay. Yeah, okay.
King King. She used to play him too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I saw Fuck UK at Naval like 2 months ago. They're really cool. And yeah, they had a lot of visceral energy. Like, they wowed out, man. It was really cool. But in terms of other artists we played with, Phoebe's guitar.
Phoebe's guitar is dope. Yeah.
They're really fun to see. And
That's a great one.
And done.
Yeah, they need to come back soon.
Yeah.
Been so long.
Yeah. Sometimes shows are blurs to me though. I don't really, especially the more we play, I kind of just focus on our set.
Yeah.
And overcoming those nerves, and then the rest is just me trying to be in the moment.
Yeah. Do you guys get anxious before playing a show usually? Or?
Damn. Actually, my experience from the last show, I don't know about you guys, but I had like a lot of nerves, and I was really, really, really nervous. Like I was not expecting to be that nervous. And I'm not sure if it was the layoff or what, but I hadn't been nervous playing in a really long time. But just that first show back, my knees were trembling, and
damn.
It was kind of weird. I was thrown off by it. Mom spaghetti, man. Yeah.
He's nervous. Yeah. Do you guys get nervous?
There's always like a certain level of like nervousness or anxiety.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It usually like peters out within like the first like couple minutes
Yeah.
of like playing. It's just the kind of anticipation of knowing that you're gonna be doing this thing, but it always settles itself, I guess. Like, and then when you're playing with other people too, especially, like you have all that energy kind of help carry you.
Yeah.
Into the moment, but yeah. I guess it shows you care or something.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get. I mean, I have a general sense of anxiety, but I guess nervous is like always like is with the connotation of like anticipation, and I don't really have any more anxiety than normal.
Yeah.
In anticipation, it's the moment playing. So yeah, once you're in it, you're in it. I'm definitely like focusing in another place. Nervousness and anxiety would not be the place I'm in.
That's one cool thing about playing first, though, that I realized I enjoyed with our last show.
Yeah.
Is step in, you get your set done, and the rest is just a night out.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about that.
You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. Playing last or playing somewhere in the middle, you have to start comparing yourselves to the acts.
Yeah.
You start wondering about how your set's gonna turn out.
Yeah.
It's accumulation of anxiety.
Yeah.
Right, just knock it out.
Definitely, man. Yeah, this next question has something to do with, especially with like what you're involved in a lot, Eric.
Yeah.
Is especially with the AAPI, Asian American Pacific. If you're able to spell it out for me, like.
There's Asian Pacific American Heritage Month.
Yeah.
And then there's other acronyms like Asian Pacific American and Asian American Pacific Islander.
Yeah.
So Moon Room, my curatorial arm, does the APHM showcases for the Heritage Month.
Yeah.
And then occasionally I'll curate maybe one or two encore showcases or AAPI or APA.
Okay. Yeah. I was wondering, like, this is kind of like how I like was talking with Earth at that start about it. Like, what is that like? What do those showcases like mean to you, and why do you put so much effort into it?
Right. It's interesting because the first season that I headed that event or those showcases was out of kind of a place of hostility, and it's kind of well documented. But I went to the Chinatown Lunar Fest that was put on by Buzz Bands and LA Weekly, and I was with another bandmate who's not with us anymore, but I think we saw 4 acts and they were all white. And at that time, we were just getting started and we were having a hard time booking shows.
Yeah.
So that amplified my angst towards this situation where we were at like a Asian American heritage situation and there was no representation. It kind of felt insensitive and it was annoying. So from that, I was like, well, damn, we should have showcases that have Asian American funded acts, and then hopefully that can be a precursor to building awareness in situations like this. And also, some self-interest was involved. We just wanted to play some more shows. So that's actually one reason why we played so many shows in that early span of time.
Yeah.
This year around was a little bit different. There was such an upswell of support for it that it was really just a labor of love.
Yeah.
And we only played one show, and every act that was involved played one show, so the quantity and the quality was vastly improved. But yeah, having representation in some of these circles are very predominantly white.
Yeah.
And helping to build awareness for booking agents and venues and other acts that might push those together in a certain way.
Yeah.
Just to have them know that there are bands and settings out there that they could probably book, that diversifying things.
Yeah.
That's really important.
It's really interesting though. Like I'm not really like familiar in the world of like booking shows or like with bands and stuff like that. But like, do you feel like, I don't know, in the past Asian American have always had like a disadvantage in this situation, or?
I just think it's not at the top of anybody's minds. I mean, if you're a majority, or you're not a minority or marginalized group, why think about it? You're already going to see a privilege.
Right.
So it's just not, they don't have to think about it.
Right.
So just maybe helping them, or planting that seed that, yeah, it's important to other people is valuable in itself. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. It's cool though, because like even like now, like if you look at some of the bigger artists, like a lot of the ones that I see now, like you see Mitski or like,
Yeah.
you know, or like Jason, who are like, you know, majorly like Asian, and then like, but they're really like a prominent artist now. So
Yeah, there's definitely a transformation in terms of, I mean, it's not like it's a slow rise, but in terms of Asian Americans being able to be at the forefront or to be superstars, it's definitely something that's changing for the better. I think it's more possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Though.
Yeah.
I'm just really glad that like you're getting a lot of support from it, and I'm sure like next year like there's gonna be something more exciting even coming up.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It's definitely fun, and it's definitely a cool experience meeting so many new people each time. And every time that I put together a show, or I'm looking for the new acts to possibly put together like a certain kind of vibe for a show, I stumble across so many new people, so many new Asian American artists, and it's kind of it's really exciting and kind of overwhelming actually, because I want to have all these people involved in these showcases, you know. So it's a good thing.
Yeah. Next year you guys could play not only 25 shows but maybe 30 shows like in the span of 6 months.
Well, probably not, but I mean, it'd be nice to have that option.
Yeah. Would you guys eventually like want to tour at all? Or? Yeah, I'm open to it.
Yeah.
I would do
You want
it.
to tour, Michael?
I would do it, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that we are working at a snail's pace, so it's hard to foresee where PastHype might go.
Yeah.
But one thing I learned is that from playing that stretch of shows, if you have the opportunity to play in front of large acts or large audiences with established acts and your product isn't good, it's kind of a lost opportunity, you know?
That's true, yeah.
So we were most of the times the lowest on the totem pole of the bills we played on, and we had no music recorded or out there to actually push. So I think until we have an EP or two out, and we're already solidifying our sound, but until then, that's like a phase that we haven't really even considered yet.
Definitely.
But it'd be cool, yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You always want to excel at what you're doing.
Yeah. And you guys all currently work right now?
Yeah.
Is it hard to balance out the work life with kind of focusing on music project at the same time? Like, is it hard to kind of like schedule practices or like play some shows? Or?
It can be.
Yeah, it can be a challenge.
I think our biggest obstacle is the distance from each other,
Yeah.
because a few of us have pretty flexible schedules, but getting together because of distance has been kind of a hurdle.
Yeah.
Los Angeles distance.
Yeah, LA distance.
Distance.
Not too far in miles, but far in inconvenience. Yeah.
I mean, you guys are really working things out at the end of the day. So I'm pretty excited about like how this project's gonna like come through. Like,
Yeah.
Thank you.
for what's coming up. But do you guys have like besides like recording and stuff? Do you guys have like any goal that you guys want to accomplish by the end of the year as a band? Or?
won't y'all go? I do have some ideas, but
I know. Well, I honestly don't have any goals. I'm a very go with the flow person in general.
That's good.
So
Yeah, that's Michael's best trait
yeah.
in our dynamic. We've gone through some. Sorry.
Okay.
We've gone through some transitions with members that kind of haven't been as congruent with the vibe of the band. But I think right now we're all kind of on the same page.
That's good.
Yeah.
I guess only trying to get done with a couple of EPs and play some more shows in just different areas. We haven't been playing really as much, but if we can get those things together, by the end of the year, sometime after, like soon afterwards, it'd probably just be like really nice because we'd have like actual gauge of not just people's interests and also just like how we feel like musically up on stage. Yeah. So that's just a short term right now.
Okay.
Yeah. I usually come from a really technical standpoint, and always gauging my goals for this project in that sense, but just leveling up on the performance side, hopefully making things more theatrical and more engaging for the audience visually. That's a goal, and just in my mind, I hear us sonically in a certain way, and I think the closer we get to that with practice and leveling up in our gear and how we present ourselves on stage, that's a huge goal for the end of this year. Each show we hopefully we'll get better at. But again, this first EP out, Heaven is the Ceiling.
Yeah.
And then after that, just trying a different way of recording and getting another one out really quickly. Those are my two goals for the end of this year.
I'm excited. Sounds good.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah. I pretty much asked everything that I wanted to ask, but I wanted to go transition to this section called this, that, where I'll be I'm just gonna shoot you guys some just short random questions. You guys just answer it.
Okay.
Start off with something simple. Cats or dogs?
Dogs. My dog.
Neutral.
Yeah.
I'm a dog person, but I also have 2 cats and a dog.
That's not a question. It's a dog, right?
I'm dogs, yeah.
Definitively
dogs.
Specifically Rosie. And specifically Booty Holmes, dog first Tom.
Although I'll give it to a dog named Bandito too, who I grew up with. Good dogs. And Naomi.
Naomi.
Yeah. Everybody's been a good dog person.
Yeah.
Is that what you are?
I don't own any. I have 2 geckos at the house.
Nice.
Oh, a gecko person.
Yeah. Kira and Yami. They're like these two little tiny leopard geckos, but they're really chill. They don't do anything to you. Actually, one of them bit me really hard once.
Really?
Yeah, that kind of sucked.
They have teeth?
They have jaws, but yeah, they could bite you.
Do you have one of those half logs?
No, I got this rock that they can hide inside, but no, I don't have those half logs you see at Petco.
Probably why they're big. You better get that gecko a half log.
Yeah.
Treat me like the consumer pet I am.
Yeah. Did you get it from Petco?
Oh, I didn't get it from Petco.
Did you find it?
No, one leopard gecko I got through Facebook. Somebody was just offering who wants a free leopard gecko. I thought it was a joke. I said yes.
Oh.
He said it's yours.
And then you were in the gecko stage, and you just acquired another one.
Yeah, I just acquired it, and then another one. Me and my ex at the time, we wanted to go get a female gecko, and we saw this one that was kind of stranded from the rest of the group, and I was like, I want that one. And then we just took her in. She's the one that bit me, so I don't know. She's probably PMSing or something. I don't know.
Guess that's why she was by herself.
Biting them, yeah.
My style.
Yeah, but they're very chill. I mean, they sit, eat mealworms, they sleep.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had a pet new when I was younger.
A new?
What is it?
An amphibian.
So they were, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
They're
pretty good.
awesome.
They're water-based amphibians. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know anybody that owns a new.
I don't. Yeah, no. My uncles had one or two when I was growing up. I thought they're really cool, so I got one. I think it's the only new I had. But I used to take baths with it, just like
Wow.
let it hanging on my belly. You
How
know?
big was it?
That size of my hand.
Oh,
It's
wow.
kind of big.
Yeah.
Because we had newts and salamanders even in New Jersey where I grew up, and they were
They were smaller than salamanders.
yeah, they were like, you know, that size or
Yeah.
that size maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't salamanders like poisonous or like?
I think whole species can they?
I'm not sure.
Gotta be non-poisonous ones.
I don't-
Maybe if some bait you, I don't know.
Like whenever I see like colors and spots on
You
them,
just
like,
need-
Yeah, well that's probably a good impulse, honestly.
that's like a trait of like do not touch me. So like I don't know, they're colorful, but yeah, that's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I miss him or her. I don't
It's,
know.
maybe it was like in between, because like Jurassic Park and stuff.
Yeah. Here, we'll move on to the next one. If you could visit anywhere in the world, where would you want to go?
I guess the first thing that comes up to the top of my head is I think it's called Ayers Rock in the middle of like Australia. I don't know, it just seems like a really strange place for a giant rock to just be hanging out. But I guess it's like to the indigenous culture there, it's like a sacred site too.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, ever since like I saw it as a kid in like one of those like children's atlases or something, and I'm just like, oh, what's that? And it's just like desert giant rock in the middle of this giant like land mass. I don't know, it's kind of
So there's like nothing around it. It's just like a big rock.
yeah. I think people used to climb it, but then they finally got people to stop because it's a sacred site. But like, yeah, when it was colonized, like I guess the British, right? They would like climb it, but I just want to go see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? It's one of those things, like just like what you said when you look at the Atlas book. If it looks cool, you just want to go to it. Easter Island was like one of them for me too.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I always wanted to go to Thailand and just visit that country, I think.
Yeah.
Because it looks cool for obvious reasons.
Yeah. And food and all that.
Yeah, and it's just crazy golden pyramids with a bajillion statues and jungle and stuff.
Yeah. What about for you?
I don't know, I haven't traveled too much. I've been places. I've been to Southeast Asia. I've been to Eastern Europe. I've been south of the border, north of the border. But there's so many places.
Yeah, that's the real answer, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
I guess it's like in a reductive sense, I'd probably want to visit the most haunted place in the world, wherever that is.
Oh yeah, I want
Some
to.
abandoned hospital in
Yeah.
Japan.
Tell me where the most haunted place is
I wanna
with the
do
most
that
paranormal
too.
activity,
Yeah,
and that's where I want to go.
I second that one too.
Yeah.
I changed my answer.
Yeah. Here's the next one. How do you guys feel about 311?
I prefer the time to the band.
Was it Amber is the color of my energy? Or something
Yeah.
like that? I don't know, man. Somebody was really into 311. Are you familiar with Step by Some?
Step up, yeah.
I think it was a joke, but I remember like one of the members' birthday, and they started singing that song. I think it was to get at the door guy at the bar, but I don't know.
I'm from Orange County, so I have a really strong familiarity with 311. It's triggering.
Yeah, mine's just on strict recognition of the numbers and that's it. So yeah,
Do you like their music?
I'm 0-bit familiar with it.
Yeah, what else they got though? They have that song.
Oh, wow.
They have that Beautiful Disaster. They did the cover of like the one song by The Cure.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, love song.
They did like a reggae version of that.
Oh gosh.
Well, I'll do my homework, and if I recognize any, I'll get back to you.
Total disclosure though, I did have that love song on some mixed CD at some point. along with POD. I don't know what else is on there. It was one of the brightest moments as a music lover. But
The Youth of a Nation.
Youth of a Nation, I don't know that was on there.
Yeah.
That was right before my APAH phase.
You had an AFI phase?
The APAH phase, man.
That's
Hard.
awesome.
Yeah, love the APAH.
Yeah. A friend of mine works at Whole Foods, and he saw Davey Havoc walking in.
Really?
And he said hi to the guy. He's supposedly really nice.
Like in the day or down here?
And like down here, like over in Melrose, just like, oh, yeah.
Word.
Yeah. Guess everybody comes through. Are you from the Bay Area?
No,
You're not.
from Orange County.
Orange County.
But I know APAH, I think originated from the Bay.
Yeah, they're from the Bay. Yeah. Just like, I think Tiger Army, like those other
I
things.
used to love Tiger Army too.
Yeah.
Going back.
Yeah. Do you guys have like actually no that's an interesting question. Like, just like how he was saying if you had an A5 phase, did you guys have like a certain phase of like during those like nostalgic times that you sometimes go back to thinking like, wow, I was into that? I didn't know that. Or, like,
I'm trying to think.
I can think of one actually. Well, no, because honestly, when I listen to it, it's not bad still. But yeah, I used to really like Crisscross. You know, the
Crisscross?
rappers.
Yeah.
I miss the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I have to say sorry for. Other than that, I always got really good taste in music.
I apologize.
Well, I listen to everything old. That's probably, yeah, my problem. Sometimes I listen to really corny old stuff, but it's good and I'll defend it.
It's I mean Crisscross is fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I mean, I listen to a lot of disco, like Sister Sledge and Chic. People want to talk a lot of shit about that stuff, but then when you connect it through Nile Rodgers to like, you know, the godfathers of funk and soul and bring that to light to people, all of a sudden a light bulb goes on and all of a sudden disco, you know, is cool, you know?
Yeah.
That guy played on a bunch of stuff, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Then you like work with like David Bowie and stuff too.
I was literally
Yeah.
just about to say, and then David Bowie's another great 5 degrees of separation to bring people around to listen to someone. Like, oh yeah, he blah 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 with David Bowie, and everyone's just like, oh, I'll give him the light of day.
Yeah. Oh man. No, that's pretty interesting. Did you have any faves?
I'm pretty sure I probably had several because I was just like listening to a bunch of different stuff. I remember listening to like metal for a while. I had a period where I was listening to like a lot of just like different kinds of like hardcore punk stuff. There was like a record store around the corner from like an actual like legitimate like old like old school record store that eventually got closed because they got robbed. But
What?
yeah, it was kind of sad. But I do remember like the kind of like I did buy My Chemical Romance CD once. I remember that. Yeah, that was back when like I had like some friends that were like super into that genre of music. Tried it out for a while.
How long did you try that out for?
I don't know, maybe a couple months.
Damn. You didn't know, Colin.
I'm sorry.
Actually, I you'd be surprised. I teach after school at this charter school, and my students are 6th to 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still going strong. MCR is still going strong. You still see T-shirts right next to 21 Pilots. People still love them,
Yeah.
and people still have crushes on Gerard. So
It's amazing.
it's strangely timeless.
Yeah, that dude is like working on comic books right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of them?
I haven't read any of them. I only just saw him on like Kevin Smith's podcast and stuff. But
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah, but I'm kind of interested in reading some eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I just want to say thank you so much for being part of this podcast. Like, and
Thanks,
I hope
man.
it wasn't too weird for you guys.
Nah,
everyone.
it's chill.
It's really fun.
Yeah,
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. And right before we end, the video portion will end right here. But for the audio portion, I wanted to play one of PastHype song. What would you guys like me to play on the show?
I'm not even sure what we have.
One time we played Tsunami too.
Tsunami
Yes.
sounds really good.
Yeah. But Colin really seemed like he wanted to play Skyhook.
But leave it
Yeah,
up to
we-
Cullen.
Sure, let's play that one since we haven't played it.
Play Scarecrow.
Alright.
I'll just preempt it by saying this is the first song that we made as PastHype, and it was at the very end of last summer when we did those stretch of shows, and I was totally exhausted and madly depressed. But it's a happier song.
And was that is that it?
Wow, what a way
Is that a disclaimer?
Yeah.
Alright,
Sky.
let's do it.
Alright, cool. Thanks a lot, Dave.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.